Hi, welcome to our Chapter 2 test review. Come along with us and try out some of these problems. You should have a piece of paper with you and a pencil ready to go. Go ahead and choose the prime number. Oh, by the way, we have a special guest. Say hi, special guest.
Hi.
So choose the prime number from the set of answers and pause the screen right now and then come back and check your answers. Did you pause? Okay, we're going to give you the answer right now. Very good. That is the answer. 29 is a prime number. How did you know that was a prime number?
Because 16 is divisible by 2 because it's a 6. 51 is divisible by 3 because 5 plus 1 is 6. 49 is divisible by 7 because 49 is a factor.
Because 7 is a factor of 49. 49 is a multiple. Excellent. Good job. Now we're going to go on to problem number 2. We are looking at prime factors of 48. And go ahead and pause the screen. You figure it out. Come back when you're ready. Bye-bye. Just a moment. Did you get it? Here we go. Here's the answer to number 2. It's C. And how did you get C? What did you do?
I first started with the 2 to the 4th power by doing 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. Then 4 times 2 is 8. Then 8 times 2 is 16. And so it equals 16. And then 16 times 3 is 48. So that's our answer.
And that's where you got it. Very good. And the rest of them, if you factored out the exponents correctly, they did not equal 48. Very good. Let's move on and go to the greatest common factor for 16 and 24. Figure that one out. See if you can get the answer. Come back as soon as you do, and we'll see you in a moment. Hi, welcome back, and our special guest is trying to find the greatest common factor of 16 and 24. So far, you found which factor for 16 and 24?
4.
Okay, good. And now 2 goes into 4 and 6. Good job. One is the greatest common factor, so now four times 2 is 8. Very good. So the greatest common factor for 16 and 24 is 8, and of course she's correct on that as well. So now let's go ahead and take one more problem over here, and it's going to be what is the least common multiple for 6, 9, and 3? Oh my goodness, that's 3 different numbers. Still, we need to find the multiples for 6, multiples for 9, multiples for 3, and then find the least common multiple. Go ahead and pause the screen and come on back and check your work, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Our special guest is now having a little bit of difficulty writing. Just a second. Let's see if we can get that. Go ahead. That's great. She's putting down the multiples and thinking about what would be a common multiple for 3, 6, and 9 as she's writing the multiples of the larger number first. She's got 9, 18, 27, and you could probably pause now, don't you think? Go ahead and start some for 6. And you're looking for the first common multiple. 6, 18, 6, 12, 18. Good. And is 18 a multiple of 3?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, is that the first common multiple for 9 and 6?
Yes.
So it can't be anything smaller than that, can it?
No.
So do you think it's a multiple of all 3 of them?
Yes.
Then that would be it. You can go ahead and circle that 18 and count it as good. And the other 18. There you go. Great. So the least common multiple of 6, 9, and 3 would be, go ahead and write it down, 18. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go to the next page. Just a moment. And here we are on the page 2. We're going to see if we can find some equivalent fractions or create some equivalent fractions. And so go ahead and take your pen and paper and see if you can solve for the missing numbers. pause the screen and come back as soon as you're finished, and we'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. Our special guest is trying to solve this problem, and something happened again. Let's see if we can fix that for her. There we go. She's trying to find out how many times 18 was multiplied in order to get to 72. So she's multiplying 3 times 18. That was just kind of a random guess. She's trying to see if that's going to equal 72. And she got 54. So do you need to go higher than 3 or lower?
Higher.
Higher than 3. So we're going to go ahead and try that again. $18 times 4. Good. Very good. 72. So 18 times what?
4.
Go ahead and write times 4. And what do you think you need to do to the numerator?
4.
And so our missing 48. Excellent job. I hope you got the same answer. And we'll give you the answer also to the other one. And so here's the answer to the second little problem. And so how did you get that?
Well, I figured out what 7 times 28 is, and I came up with 4.
So 7 times 4 equals 28. So times 4 and times 4. Great. I hope you guys at home got the same thing. Excellent work. Let's look at the next problem. And we're going to fill in the blank with greater than, less than, or equal to. These have different denominators, and it's really hard to tell on fractions which one's larger or smaller if they have different denominators. So do you think we can turn these into fractions that have the same denominator?
Yes.
Okay, how would you do that? What denominator would you like to choose for both of them to have? And I'll tell you what, you guys at home, let me let you think on it. You pause the screen right now. Don't listen to our conversation. Go ahead and pause the screen and try and figure out your answer. Change it to common denominator, see if you can get the answer, and come back and visit with.
So I got 24, and I did 8 times 3, and that's 24. So
Times 3, right?
yeah, and then we figure out, since I had to do times 3 for this one, I have to do times 3 for this one. That would be 15. So 50, which is bigger, and it.
Let's erase this so we can see what our work was. And so you have, let's see, you have 15/24, which used to be 5/8. You've changed 5/8 to 15/24, so you've made it into an equivalent fraction. And you chose 24 so that you could have common denominators, right? And so now you've got 5/8 is equal to 15/24 and 13/24. And now you just compare those two fractions. Very good. I hope you got that as well at home, and I hope that you understand how to do that very well. And now we're going to complete this statement as well. Go ahead and pause the screen and come back as soon as you have your answer on that one as well.
I have to find how many 8s are in 19, and so.
Oh, cool. That was awesome. Let's see if we can get that going again. One more time. There we go. How many 8s are in 19? Good.
There are 2 8s in 19, that's how we got there. And 2 8s in 19 would be 16, and the remainder of 16 is 3, and so 3 would go there.
Excellent. So 2 and 3/8. Very nice job. I hope you got that answer as well. Let's see if we've got one more problem on this screen. I think it's to the next screen. So let's Move on to the next screen, and let's see, now we have write 5 3/7 as an improper fraction. We've been turning improper fractions into mixed numbers. Now we have a mixed number, and we need to turn it into an improper fraction. So, do you know how to do this? Our special guest.
Yes.
Okay, do you know how to explain it?
Yes.
I hope you at home know how to do this. If not, then you can listen to our conversation. If you know how to change this into an improper fraction, please pause the screen and come back. If you don't know how to do it, listen to her explanation.
Okay, so
Let's try that again. It's just playing with us.
okay, so I've circled the 5 and I figure out what 5 is equal to. So I'm going to do 7 plus 7 5 times.
So 7/7 is 1. And 7/7 5 times is equal to what?
7 and 35 or 5.
So it's 35/7 is what you're saying, right? 30, it's kind of a little bit hard to read up there. 35/7. So when you added all those fractions, the denominator stayed the same. That's why we have the denominator as 7. But we had to add all those numerators, right? And so we got 35/7. So this 5 represents 35/7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if we have 35/7 plus 3/7, what would we get as an improper fraction?
We would get 38/7.
Excellent, and that is the answer. So an easy way, when we look at our improper fractions all the time, we could actually just say that we take our denominator and multiply it times our whole number, right? And then add our numerator. So it's denominator times whole number plus numerator. 7 times 5 plus 3 is what we did. 7 times 5 was 35 plus 3 was 38, and we kept our denominator the same, and that was 7. And there's our improper fraction that we got from our mixed number. Excellent job. Okay, and then we're going to move down, and it's asking us to write 22/4 as a mixed number. Again, an improper fraction. Turn it into a mixed number into its simplest form. So I guess we have to remember to do that. So pause the screen, write that down as an answer, and come back and see us. Welcome back. She has just decided that she needed to see how many 4s are in 22. And so she came up with 5 with 2 remainder, 2/4 remainder. And now she's decided that, is that a finished answer?
No,
Why is that not your finished answer?
because 2/4 can go simpler.
Okay, good. And you can divide 2 and 4 by a common factor, right?
2.
By 2. Divide 2 and 4 by 2. Actually, before you do that, I'm going to ask that you actually write down divide by 2 over 2.
Okay.
By 2 over 2.
2
Good. And so equals?
equals 5.
Would 4 divided by 2 equal 4?
Yes.
Are you sure? 4 divided by 2 is...
Sorry,
Yeah, you had that right before when we were talking, yeah.
Plus 2.
Yes, 5 1/2. I hope you guys got the same answer. And now we're on to our very last problem, which is going to be addition and subtraction problems. There they are. Pause the screen, write out your answers, and come back and see if you were correct. Welcome back. Here is the answer. Check it. Pause the screen because the video is about to stop. Pause it now so you can check your work, and have a great day.